everyone, welcome to my channel. Please would you subscribe. It is a little bit about my family and our move from South Africa to America and our travels, and a little bit about our health and wellness journey and some recipes. So today I thought it would be a great time to make some rusks with you, because when our rusk jar, as you can see, there are a couple of rusks left, is empty, my kids start nagging for rusks, and you cannot find rusks in America. They are a great healthy, go-to with a cup of coffee, cup of tea. The full recipe will be in the description below with all the right measurements. I'm going to go through the basic recipe that I got from my mother-in-law many years ago, and that is number one, self-raising flour. I managed to find in Publix the unbleached self-raising flour, so that's what I use. You will need that. You will need some cereal. 3 cups of All Bran Flakes is the standard recipe, but you can substitute with a little bit of muesli, a little bit of whatever other cereal you like. I've even made them before with cornflakes and Rice Krispies. Number 3 is your sugar. Some love the sweetness, some don't. 1 cup of sugar, all brown sugar, and then 1 cup of seeds. Now this can be changed up a bit too, and you can mix it with mixed nuts or the nuts that you prefer. I'm going to go very simple today and use sunflower seeds. I managed to find those from Trader Joe's. They're quite hard to find without being roasted or salted, and I just wanted plain sunflower seeds, so I found those. I also add quite a bit of cinnamon. The wet ingredients are 1 block of butter, 500 ml of buttermilk, and 15 ml of vanilla essence. Vanilla essence is hard to find, but I did find some in Trader Joe's. This is actually from Woolworths. I brought it back from home when I was last there. I battled to find buttermilk when I first arrived here, but it is there in the fridge, and I think it was the way I was saying it, because I would ask many times for it and I think it's buttermilk. So I eventually found it and I'm all good to go. One of the things I brought from South Africa is a rusk tray, which is so useful to have when you want to put your rusk mixture in. Comes with the cutter. So you can use just a very thin rusk tray, which I do. I just put all my mixture in here and then cut them, and I will show you how to do that. So let's get started. When we first moved here, my girls, I asked them one day, what makes home for you? And they said rusks. So I have continued to make these for many years. I melted the block of butter with the buttermilk, and I've added the vanilla essence. You don't want this to boil, so just take it off the heat. I've got this big, it's actually a Tupperware cake lid, because I never have a big enough bowl to mix my rusk ingredients in, and this one just works the best. I added today 2 cups of All Bran Flakes and 1 cup of muesli. You can also change it up according to what cereal you like. The standard recipe has 3 cups of All Bran Flakes. I also add raisins. We love raisins. You could leave these out. And then some baking powder. Sometimes I've actually left the baking powder out. The recipe is 2 teaspoons, but I'm going to add it today. I'm going to mix the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. And now for the messy part. You have to work with your rusk mixture a little bit, just to get all the flour and everything mixed together. Normally my kids help me with this, but they're all in school and I wanted to just get a batch done. So once you have got your mixture into a baking tray, you can do them in baking trays or anything you've got at home. You could bake this as is and then take it out the oven and then cut it up with a knife. It just makes it easier with my cutter. What I do is I push this into the rusk mixture. It's quite hard, but it's just to make the individual rusks so much easier to cut. And I push it down, and voila, that's what it looks like. You'll see all my raisins. Over Christmas I added cranberries, which was delicious. So this is going to go into the oven for 40 minutes at 180 degrees, 350 Fahrenheit here, and I'm going to check it, and after that I turn the temperature down to very low, about 100 Fahrenheit, 120, and I dry them out for about 2 hours. It's really as easy as that. And this recipe, I say, can be changed up however you prefer. I have never made a batch of rusks that have failed. They always work. They taste slightly different every single time. You can substitute the 1 cup of sugar. I only had white sugar today, but you could do brown sugar. You can use 1 cup of honey. So you can substitute with what you prefer. I've also made these with gluten-free flour and then gluten-free cereal for my daughter who prefers gluten-free things. So you can really change it up. Now those have cooked for 40 minutes in the oven, and I just take them out and I cut them. If you didn't have a rusk cutter, this would be the time to cut them while they're still quite soft. And then you're going to turn down the temperature and you're going to dry them out for about 2 hours. My girls sometimes ask for them to be soft, so then I don't dry them out as much, and other times, you know, we make them a little bit harder. So if you don't have the rusk cutter, you would just use a really big knife and get them cut into lines and then pop them back in the oven. And there you go. Pretty easy and easy to make, very quick. The drying out time takes a bit of time, but that's about it. I hope you enjoyed making these rusks with me, and in the description below, check out the recipe and place a comment down below if you succeeded in making your rusks for your family.